Hey there friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and Brill and I are here today to talk to you about a book that might possibly be one of the craziest books that we have ever read. The more I think about it, the more I think that it has to be one of the top contenders for that. I've read a lot of books, and I've read a lot of really crazy books, but this book in particular, I think really takes the cake, especially since it's been getting a lot of notoriety and it's been really buzzy and everybody seems to be talking about it, which is why I wanted to read it in the first place. But I feel like I haven't heard about how crazy this book is before, and I just need to talk about it because it is out there. So what is the book I'm talking about? It is The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. Now, like I said, this is a real buzzy book right now. I keep seeing it everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. It is a new thriller that just recently came out, and I was really excited to be able to get my hands on it to read it and then talk to you about it. It was not anything like I expected it to be, which could be good or bad. I'm not really sure. I still don't really know. Like, I enjoyed it, but I absolutely didn't take it too seriously. There are a lot of really negative reviews about this book that I've read online, because, and I think that a lot of that is that it is not, it's just so out there, and it really is not like any other thriller I feel like I've read. So what is this book about? So this is a book about a woman named Alex, who is an aspiring writer, but she's had writer's block for like a year. She has not been able to get past this writer's block, and she's kind of just feels like she is never going to get past it. On top of the fact that she had a really bad blowout fight with her ex-best friend, whose name is Ren, and they haven't been speaking, and it's really sort of just been eating at her. So she gets the opportunity of a lifetime, which is this horror writer named Rosa that she is obsessed with. She gets an invite to her writing, basically, home, right? This retreat, this mansion in the woods, and for like this workshop. So she goes, and even though she finds out that there's only a couple other women that are there, one of whom is Ren. So she goes, but when she gets there, she discovers that there's actually a lot more at stake than just this writer's retreat. So actually, it is a contest. Rosa has set up this contest for these women that have come to this retreat, and that in the space of the time that they're going to be there, I think it's like 6 weeks or something like that, they have to write an entire novel. They have to write like 3,000 words a day. They have to turn them into Rosa every night so she can read them. They are going to be critiquing each other's works. It's going to be a hands-on, really intense, no holds barred writing process. And the winner, the one that Rosa decides is the best book at the end, is going to be given a like 6 or 7 figure book deal to get published. So Alex knows this is her chance. This is a chance she's been waiting for, to push through the writer's block, to get over all this crap with Ren, and to just basically pick up with her life and get on with it. Although things are, of course, not what they seem, right? The house is very creepy. There's some really mysterious things are going on with that. One of the other girls actually goes missing out in the snow in the middle of this all. Rosa is very all over the place. 1 minute really nice to them, and then the next minute like really cruel. Ren seems to be doing all these weird games, and of course there are a lot of shocking twists and turns and things that you just did not see coming. One thing I did not see coming that I thought was a little bit odd was that this book has a lot of sex in it, like for some reason that I can't really understand. I mean, it didn't bother me personally because that kind of thing doesn't bother me, but if you're a person who doesn't really like that at all, you might be a little bit like, okay, this is a little bit weird for this to be in this book. So that threw me off just a little bit because it felt kind of out of place. So that was what was really wacky. The other things that are wacky, I really can't tell you about because it will give the book away. But I will just tell you that the ending is so out there and crazy and insane. The shenanigans and the extremeness of what happens to these people in this book are just absolutely like just crazy. So you have to go into this book being like, I'm not taking any of this seriously. I am just reading this for fun. I'm just trying to enjoy myself. You will be fine, and you will probably really like it. I really liked it. I enjoyed myself because half the time I was just like, did I just read? What is happening right now? Can this even be possible? And it just kept getting crazier and weirder and weirder. I read a lot of thrillers, okay? So, you know, a lot of stuff doesn't faze me. I love thrillers, especially in the summertime. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot to catch me off guard, and it takes a lot for me to be like, wow, that was kind of crazy. And let me just tell you, this has to be one of the craziest books I've ever read. So you can take that as a good thing or a bad thing. If you don't think you're up for it, you know, maybe not, but it's definitely something to talk about, and it's definitely going to keep you. I'm still thinking about it because of how insane that this book actually was. And I think the other thing that I liked about it, that I know some people didn't, was that I didn't like any of the characters. So Alex, didn't care for her, hated Ren, couldn't stand Rosa. But I was so engaged with the story and trying to figure out what was happening next, I could not stop reading it. So I would probably not expect to like love any of these characters, to really be rooting for any of these characters. I mean, I was definitely rooting for Alex over the other ones, but she's not really a great person either. And that comes out in this book. So everybody's super manipulative. Everybody is just really violent and sexual, and it's just out of control chaos, I guess would be the best description of this book. So I can't stop myself from recommending it, because it is absolutely crazy and just zany, and it's a ride. It is definitely a ride, I will say that. So give it a shot and see what you think. I don't regret reading it. Like I said, I really liked it, despite a lot of the really bad reviews that I've read about it. I think it was definitely a crazy experience that I was happy to partake in. And it will definitely be something that I look forward to discussing with other people who have read this book. So give it a shot and see if it's maybe one of the craziest books that you have ever read. The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that this book sounds interesting and that I hooked you into reading it. If so, feel free to come check it out from Farmington Community Library. And thank you so much for watching, and please give this video a like. Have a wonderful rest of the day, everyone.